Hey, Aaron. Oh, but hopefully I will soon. Indeed. Hey, GB, how are you doing?
I can help you target her location. And the Slayers, using the tether.
Yes, that will be most useful.
No harm must come to her. She is the
Sounds intense. Yeah, it's nighttime, basically.
Then why didn't she use her sorcery against us?
The true scope of that human's power is unknown to her. The ceremony, it must take place in my world.
Yeah, I would take advantage of sleeping in. That'd probably be the first thing I do.
Of course.
The heart is found. Now give to me what is owed. Return our God to us.
Close the gate.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has that aesthetic.
We've tried to attack here before, but we couldn't break through to Azric's fortress. Look out for damaged Atlands. We may have to repair one to reach the target.
Especially like the caverns and everything. I have Diablo 4. I haven't played it that much. I heard they changed it since I played it, though. I don't know if for the good or for worse. Also, I have Diablo 2 on PS4. Actually, I think I might have the PS5 version. I think there's two versions. Then I have a really old copy of Diablo 4 for, not Diablo 4, Diablo 3 for PlayStation 4, but it doesn't have all the DLC. It has a second DLC, but not the third one that came out. Yeah, 3 reminds me a lot of, the old arcade game Gauntlet. How it plays, I know it on PC, you use a mouse and click, but the console version reminds me of Gauntlet. Let me get some ammo. I'm not sure. I didn't play as much of it as I probably should have. I do remember enjoying my time with it though. I kind of prefer the console hack and slash feeling in the Diablo games versus like how you have to point and click on everything on PC, where it like plays almost more like a strategy game in how it controls. Yeah, there's quite a few versions of Gauntlet. There's a PS4 version I downloaded from one of those months where they gave it for free. I still haven't played it. I wonder if it's any good. Oops. I had a friend that streamed it. They said they liked it. For some reason I thought I was shooting at a shield. Very inviting.
Alert. 2 Hellcats detected.
I think I see a little fat boy down there. Yeah. The fanciest rocket launcher I've ever seen.
After you take those out, we'll be clear to get one of those Atlins working again.
Updating markers.
I guess we'll just go this way. Yeah, I still have the PlayStation 3 version. One of these days I'll get the proper stuff so I can record PS3 games and maybe stream them at some point. There's a lot of PlayStation 3 games I'd like to replay. I mean, I can play them, but I mean, I'd like to share them as I play them. Yeah, it was a good system. It had a rough start, but towards the end, the PlayStation 3 was the shit. And I can understand people that love their 360, but I don't know. I just like the library on PlayStation 3 better for the most part. Yeah, that and Uncharted, like 3 Uncharted games. They had 2 God of War games come out on it. There was a ton of creative games, a lot of exclusive Japanese games, because games in Xbox doesn't do well in Japan, so they often skip it for. So there's like a lot of stuff that's just exclusive with PlayStation 3. Oh shit, I didn't know that guy was behind me. Yeah. It ran on the same engine I think Rage ran on, which is a more simplified engine of this engine, because this is just the evolution of that engine, the Doom engine. Well, not the Doom, I think it started with Quake, when it was actually fully 3D, and each engine has evolved with every game they made. But yeah, Evil Within had the Rage engine, which was pretty scalable. It's really impressive what it could do. That's why that game was possible to run on PlayStation 3. If it was on a different engine, they might have had to downscale it, or might have not been able to run on it at all. Hold up, let me see. I'm just checking chat to make sure I saw everything. I'm just using my phone, I'm not having it post over the screen today. Wanted to see how this would work out, because sometimes the chat posts over things and then it makes it hard for me to play the game depending on what I need to see. Hey Kristen, what's up? Like somebody's playing Jumanji around here. It's okay. I assume you dip in and out of the stream anyway with everything you have going on. Oh, there's one of those things I said sounded like boiling pasta. Oh, it's just shooting at a corpse. Yeah. It sounds like it has like a lot of bubbles in it, like it's foamy. You never know what they use to record it. Create that sound. They probably like mix like 5 things together. We'll go near it. Just think about boiling macaroni noodles. Things I do for my audience. Yeah, I would love that job. Be like a Foley artist. I don't know what the official title is, but it seemed like it'd be a lot of fun. Probably more like mediocre at best, but I appreciate the confidence. And it's like crazy to think like the blaster bolts in Star Wars, for example, are just like Ben Burtt, the sound designer. I think he like took like a wrench or something and hit like a wire that was attached to like a telephone pole. No, we'll try it again. You just can't keep using up all those extra lives. Alright, how do we want to approach it? We'll start with this, this is fine. Alright, if I use this thing should blow up. I told you I knew what was going on right now, I'd be lying to you. It's a little disorienting. Grouchy over here with the Shang Tsung skulls. Alright, what am I not killing so I can fight this thing? Yes, that's a good sound effect. I hear them in my head after I'm done playing the game. Oh, look who can be fought now. Man, why'd you have to have him help you out? I got all excited. Now I gotta deal with this a-hole. We need the super shotgun. Get out of my way, you little a-hole. Why don't you get off the little stump? Whatever. Yeah, the soundtrack in this game is really good. I do read the comments eventually. That was just kind of intense. Sorry if it took a little while to respond. I have to look down on my lap to look at the phone. Beside the original game, I still think like Doom Eternal's like peak Doom soundtrack. So far, that's been my favorite one besides the original. Although this one's really close. This one has the most variety. I like all the Doom games, but if I had to pick a favorite modern one, it'd probably still be Eternal. Even though in some ways it's not fair to compare because the gameplay is so different. Like each game has specific mechanics that are unique to that game. Alright, what is this orb? Oh, look, the Eye of Sarn. Alright, there we go.
Updating local map. One hell cannon remains.
Thanks, AI assistant. I appreciate you. Now on a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I don't know why specifically it has to be Kraft. Yes, the blue box. Somehow it tasted better when it was shaped like your favorite characters. I think I got Super Mario once. Oh man, I need to get some Dino Nuggets soon. I used to get them all the time. They used to taste better than the regular nuggets. Like they were made out of better stuff because they knew that kids would be their primary market. Or maybe it's worse stuff, I don't know. I get that. And Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. The Chipotle one. A lot of times that hit the spot. Yup. If you use barbecue sauce, when you dip them after you bit their head off, it looked like it was bleeding. That was always amusing. Well, their corpses didn't go to heaven. That was a very logical answer for such a dumb question. That was clearly meant to be a joke, I get it. But it's just funny. I just answered it serious. My brain was just on autopilot and just answered you seriously. I think they use broth or something. The nuggets themselves taste better, and they're shaped like dinosaurs. You might be getting more meat with the tail. I would never want that title, Kristen. The cat is really watching this game. Must be all the little colored projectiles. Upgrades available. Cool, thank you for letting me know. You think that would be a stage name? Sounds like somebody who would own a toy factory. Or like, it sounds like a distant relative of a Teletubby that like appeared on one episode. Did I ever tell you the story of fuck you? The end. Her real name, Chibi, so I feel bad for that person. Alright, I guess I'm not walking that way. It's a little acidic. Look, F is that thing glowing. It's only a matter of time before the song lyric drops to start. I'll just focus on the game soundtrack, so no alternative soundtracks get stuck in my head. Sir, you've had enough fun today. You're gonna have to be put down. like Light 98 in my chat. Somebody like calls up at like late at night, like, Delilah, my mom randomly died of spontaneous human combustion. Can you send me a song or play a song that would pay her honor? And she tries to pick something, I don't know, like Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire or something. I remember that'd be like the only station our bus driver would play on the way to school. Remember New Edition before Bobby Brown went solo? I think that's what they were in. He was in. There was a group. I don't know what happened to the other members. I probably did when I watched the VH1 Behind the Music back in the day, but that was a long time ago. Enjoy it. Glow in the dark POS. Get out of here with that nonsense. Seems that way, Matt. It seems that way. Hadouken. Oh, those trees look really cool. Looks like something HR Giger would have drawn. It has some cool cinematography and edits and stuff, but the film as a whole is like whatever.
There's a power core nearby that still holds a charge. You can use it to get the other.
It's kind of cool to check out, to see different techniques and stuff like that. But it didn't blow my mind or anything, but tastes change over time too. That's just my take. I don't feel like my opinion's very valid in that spectrum. Consider I'm not like a scholar or anything when it comes to that stuff. Alright. But there are cool things in it that things emulate now, like really long takes from like parties and stuff like that that don't really have cuts. And the camera just goes like you're walking through clouds and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of Sam Raimi's work a little bit. Like a really early version of it. With like the really dynamic camera angles and stuff. To be fair though, as far as education goes, I feel like schools should show as many genres as possible to show you what's possible. So I don't think anything should be off of the table within reason. Hold on, let me catch all the chat I missed. Yeah, that's crazy, because E.T. was pretty big, like, when I was a little kid, and it was a few years after I was born. I mean, it came out, like, a couple years before I was born, and then it was still popular till, like, I was, like, 6. Maybe they re-released it or something. I remember finding, like, toys and stuff as a kid. I love E.T. I can't believe something like Avatar took it down, but it looked really cool. I guess at IMAX. I tried to watch the second one. I'm still confused about what I saw. I don't think I've seen those films, so I can't comment on them. Well, this is somebody who also, like, just added, like, Frankenhooker to their favorites list, and they've already seen it, like, 2 times already, versus watching something new. So maybe my opinion isn't the best.
Energy level stable at 92%.
Kristen, you're not stopping, are you? I was like, oh, she's actually gonna say something that I actually can reply to. Nope. More song lyrics. It's a good theme song. I never can remember the words to it though. I'm terrible with lyrics. I remember watching DuckTales the movie and getting excited that Christopher Lloyd was one of the voices. Because I really liked Back to the Future at the time, so I thought everything with Christopher Lloyd in it was good. And for the most part, it's been. Even him playing Alien in Buckaroo Banzai. Now the Buckaroo Banzai song stuck in my head. Damn it. It's such a dumb theme song. It's like it's just like a synthesizer 80s theme. Peter Weller, who plays RoboCop, plays Buckaroo Banzai. I didn't watch a lot of the episodes, but I will say, like, when they rebooted DuckTales, it wasn't terrible, from what I saw. It also had a pretty cool art style. That's how they kind of made it look like the comic strip. It's kind of cool how they incorporated Darkwing Duck into that series. I've taken film classes before. We watched a lot of Chaplin stuff when I did, though. Also, a lot of my art classes covered film, because it's like considered an area of art. Like we went over the aesthetic of like Blade Runner and stuff like that. Remember my professor, he was like, he said he used to ink comics for Marvel. Like, I think he inked the text in the Marvel Star Wars comic books, which are super weird. It was like before The Empire Strikes Back came out, so they just guessed what future Star Wars would be like. Oh, good RoboCop. He's like, cops don't seem to like me very much. No, 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 no. Every time you see somebody react to RoboCop, they always mention, that's Red from the 70s show. Like the only thing people remember him from. Which version of Uncle Jesse, Kristen? Like the early episodes of Full House or the later ones where he had shorter hair? Hopefully not the mullet one. Yeah, I know the author. That's crazy if that's true. My cousin won an Emmy for doing a commercial, or directing a commercial. He's not famous at all. I don't think I know anyone famous. Yeah, I haven't met any. I always wanted to go to convention or something, not just to meet famous people, but it seems to be cool to at least go once, but I never did. I imagine that's where most people have met celebrities. But actually knowing somebody, that would even be less likely. Unless somebody gets famous in the future. Well, that's pretty fancy. My grandfather, Andy McDowell.
Autopilot engaged. System reboot in progress.
Yeah. I don't know her from many things beside Groundhog's Day and Michael, but that's cool that he met her. My grandfather said he met the dude who played Fonz, Henry Winkler, I think's his last name, Henry Winkler, from Happy Days, at a diner or something when he was going fishing. He wasn't quite sure who he was. He thought he knew him personally. And the dude had to tell him, like, no, I'm on TV. That's what you know me from.
Atlas online. Manual controls are now active.
He said he was really nice. So that's good. Sometimes you hear celebrities are assholes. Yeah, for my grandfather to say, it probably was. Oh well, I'm pushing the wrong button because I was used to flying the dragon. There's a vein. Yeah, he was amusing in The Water Boy. He's good in most roles I've seen him in. He was in that show, Barry, which was really good. I think it's on HBO. Like some Masters of the Universe shit. Here we are, born to be kings, we're the princes of the universe. I know that's Highlander, not Masters of the Universe. I don't know the damn Masters of the Universe song. Oh, that's cool. I've seen a few movies with him in it. I know him a lot as a voice actor. I always recognize when it's him. Cool. A gun the size of a building. I bet he gets a shitload of money and all you gotta do, sit at a booth and occasionally take pictures. Probably be best if like you plugged your nose up, because I bet the BO smell that you'd have to deal with over time would be overwhelming. I used to have friends that used to go to those things, and they said that's like just one of the one things that sucks sometimes. I think I destroyed more of the city than I helped. A rainbow cape? Like a literal cape? Like something somebody would wear like in the 1800s type of cape?
Signal is still inside.
Kristen's aristocratic rainbow cape. Look out, Monopoly Man. Sounds cool, Kristen. I'm trying to hold back my enthusiasm about it. I don't want anything else. I can't afford the thing that I want. Of course. What else? I bet that's lime flavored. Alright. Cool. Got it. Yeah, we'll use the swords. Can we... I don't think we can, because we're not near one of the thingies. Doesn't matter. Let's try it out. Let's go. Hey guys, how have you been? I miss you guys so much. Wasn't the same without being shot at. Kristen, you don't have to clarify. We all assumed it. Can I have my shield back, please, at some point? Thank you. Alright, I've had enough of you. So you can take your little green goblin bombs in GTFO. Cool, a free torso. Just in case, you never know. There might be undamaged organs in there. If you're lucky, you might be able to score an extra liver or heart. Let's hope it's a match. Alright. No, this is Doom Guy's oxygen. He doesn't get bored. This is his purpose. He's not killing, he's not breathing. Yeah. The third Wolfenstein game in the trilogy, if they ever make it in between making Indiana Jones games, not that it's successful, I'm sure that's what Microsoft's going to make them do. But if they let them make a third Wolfenstein game, hopefully they'll tie in BJ to Doom Guy. That'd be awesome. These little turrets, I swear. BJ Blazkowicz kind of reminds me of Brad Pitt's character in Glorious Bastards. I wouldn't be surprised if like the later games were inspired by him a little bit. How was your day? You know, the usual rip and tear. Same old, same old. Only a matter of time, I suppose. They're getting a little trigger happy over there. I don't appreciate it. Alright, what is even shooting at me? I can't really see that well. I'm not sure. Based on what I've played, on all the games I've played, I think this should be Game of the Year. And that's if I included Indiana Jones. I just think just the fun factor of this game is so high. Where Indiana Jones has some slow moments, this game feels constantly fun. I really want to play the Expedition 33. I'm just waiting to try to see if I can get a physical copy. Once I play it, I'll decide on that, but the art design looks really awesome in it. And you can't go wrong if you emulate like Persona's battle system a little bit. So I have a feeling I'm gonna love it, but I need to play it first. Hopefully this year. But I'd like to not have to get a digital copy if I can help it. I haven't seen a lot of new movies. Mostly been watching documentaries. The last movie I actually watched was Creep Show. Again, an old movie I've already seen before. I'm so bad about that. Yeah, it's close to that here too. Like, I was chilly and the rain isn't helping. Okay, Matt, thanks for hanging out. I hope dinner's good. Have a good rest of your night if I don't see you later.
Our time will come.
Okay, that was ominous. I need ammo, so please help me. What, Kristen? I wanna be Pinhead. I saw the Hulu remake of Hellraiser. It was not bad. It was actually kind of cool with the female Pinhead. Way better than when they tried to recast him in like the later films. Oh, this guy. I gotta make sure I have this. Oh, yeah, well, it's 6 on your end, so that makes sense. If it's 7 here. Suppose it is.
Bishop Creed has called a meeting with me. We need you at the command station. Opening a portal now.
This looks like a Mortal Kombat background. We just like had it like framed like this. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Has arrived. Access control zones in effect.
Security clearance required.
The background music kind of sounds John Carpenter-y. I believe I just made up that word. You're welcome. My contribution to the English language.
Access denied.
Have fun.
Access denied. Attack warning red. All personnel, please evacuate the facility.
This base is under attack. Scramble the air units. All hands to battle stations.
They must be after the Creed.
Hull breach. Damage on multiple levels.
Move the Creed to the command deck. Portal opening above the command station. Something massive is coming through. We need air support. Ensign, prepare the Slayer's Dragon.
Well, I can't get up there. Okay.
Opening above the command station. Something massive is coming through. We need air support. Ensign, prepare the Slayer's Dragon. Communications are jammed. We can't reach Valen or Novik. Keep trying.
Welcome back, Kristen. Alright. Probably gonna use up like half of my ammo. There we go. That's the good meat.
Ships have entered the airspace. They're blocking our flight decks. We need the Slayer in the air. The stage won't last much longer.
Yeah. I'm coming.
We can't stay here.
Just slam my fist on this thing. Apparently it worked. Sounds rough. Some cool mood lighting in there. Hopefully the fumes he's breathing in aren't toxic, but it looks like he has a ventilator on, so should be good. That's where Campbell's chunky style soup comes from. Don't worry, they cook all the bacteria out in the can. I've been eating it for years and I'm okay. No. We need to be better. Plus, I used up a life when I got impatient last time. That's good. Hopefully they didn't give me any issues. But I'm sure they're used to it not being compatible and stuff like that. So I'd assume it should be a fairly easy return. Yeah, that's a fair argument. There'll be no cult rituals in here. Oh, I need to start collecting some ammo.
Gotcha.
No. Oh well. Can't cry about it now. There's never enough dino nuggets. Thought you knew that before you had them. You knew the consequence of eating dino nuggets for wanting more. Mac and cheese. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, I see. Well, that's fun. They're probably horrible for you, but those smiley face french fries are pretty damn good. I've only got them a few times. You need to widen the spread. Cool, a secret key, and I don't know where the secret is. I don't know where the hangar is. Well, we can unlock this though. Of course. Why wouldn't you show up? That was painful. Now can I get my little charm? so something bad is clearly around here. Because those guys are more or less ammunition pickups. I need the other gun. I was hoping I'd have the melee attack. String guess on this thing. Yay. Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
We have to guide it back into that rift. Energy readings are all wrong. Tentacles are ripping the station apart. Take them out.
Of course. Still haven't perfected dodging these things. Alright, more of that. And I was looking at chat running right into the shield. Alright. I gotta get out of the way of that guy. Maybe I should just get out of this area in general.
Hellgate destroyed.
Cool, one last thing. Alright. Yeah, it's really easy. You just have to basically aim where you want to go. Alright, let's try to take care of this tank before we even go down there. Alright. No, we want the plasma one. No. We were just standing at it.
Tunnel gates closed. All tentacles have been cleared.
Hey GBs, just seen your message now, sorry. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, that's enough video games for right now. Thank you so much for everyone who watched. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.